Boca Juniors, River Plate, Independiente, Racing, all clubs with international recognition and trophies to spare. But here in Argentina, what are their nicknames? You're watching AZZ for Export. I'm your host, Guy Trengove, and this is What Did You Call Me? We start with the Millionaires, or Los Millonarios, River Plate. One of Argentina's most successful clubs, the boys from the northern Buenos Aires neighborhood of Núñez have several nicknames. But first, why are they called the Millionaires? Football became a professional game in 1931 here in Argentina, but not all clubs became professional entities straight away. River Plate were able to tempt the best footballers away from the amateur game, signing Carlos Pucelle from Sportivo Buenos Aires, a team that just so happens to no longer exist. In 1932, River splashed the cash, signing a load more players in an attempt to beat Boca Juniors to the league title. Bernabé Ferreira from Tigre, who finished top scorer with 20 goals more than anyone else across the campaign. Carlos Santamaria, a defender from Platense, who would go on to be a stalwart, playing almost all of the 1930s for River Plate. Spending in a way that no other team had the financial might to do so, River win their first ever professional league title, beating Independiente in a playoff match after finishing on the same amount of points in the league table. From then on, the Millonarios stuck. River Plate's other nickname now is one that's designed to be much more offensive. Las Gallinas, or the Hens. The nickname goes back to 1966. River were winning the Copa Libertadores final 2-0 at half-time against Uruguayans Peñarol. In a catastrophic collapse, they concede 2 goals in 6 minutes, and the Uruguayans force extra time on the Chickens. And the embarrassment was compounded in extra time. Peñarol would score twice more. River had blown it big time. From being 2-0 up, they lost the final 4-2 and would have to wait 20 years before they would eventually become champions of the South American continent for the first time. 4 days after the embarrassing loss, River visited Banfield in the league, where a fan from the home team threw a live chicken onto the pitch. The chicken had been decorated with a red thread, designed to humiliate them for their inability to see out the match. Like with many footballing nicknames here in Argentina, what is first meant as a Mickey take can end up being adopted by the team's own fans. This one stuck, and River are commonly known as the Gallinas to this day. We move on now to the south of the city and the neighbourhood of La Boca, Boca Juniors, Los Bosteros. This nickname is debated as to where its origin lies. It can have several different interpretations, the kinder of which is that Bostero means boatman. The logic to this is that the neighbourhood of La Boca, or the mouth in English, is where shipments arrived and left Buenos Aires, especially when Argentina's economy was huge on exporting goods roughly a century ago. The other, not so favourable interpretations derive from the smell of the nearby Riachuelo River, or the amounts of excrement that policemen's horses would leave behind in the neighbourhood. Either way, Bosta, where Bostero comes from, roughly translates to as shit. In the same sense that River fans adopted gallina despite it being a gastada, a taunt or a jibe, the Boca faithful have long since referred to themselves as Bosteros, a key aspect of Argentine football. We head over the bridge going south of the capital and take the trip down to the neighbourhood of Avellaneda. Racing Club, or simply Racing, have the nickname of La Academia, the Academy. In 1913, Racing won the first of 7 consecutive league titles. Yes, 7. 7 in a row. Since then, That is, of course, an unbeaten record. In the second and third of these 7 league titles, Racing went unbeaten. Across the 2 seasons, they scored 95 goals, and in the second one, they only conceded 5. Being so superior to their competitors at the time, the team that play in the spectacular Cilindro Stadium started to be referred to by journalists as La Academia, since they were effectively teaching the other teams in the league how to play. Only 300 metres away from Racing in the same Avellaneda neighbourhood are Independiente. The Red Devils, or Diablos Rojos, the Argentine version of Manchester United. This nickname emerged in the 1930s when historic Paraguayan forward Arsenio Erico arrived. He formed a lethal front line with Vicente de la Mata, Antonio Sastre and José Zorrilla. To give you an idea, Independiente scored 115 goals in 32 league games in 1938, an average of more than 4 goals per game. Their other nickname, of course, being El Rey de Copas, the King of Cups. They have more continental titles than any other team in South America, with 7 Copa Libertadores titles. And the last of the big 5, the boys from Boedo, San Lorenzo. The first isn't exactly a nickname, but rather a way of identifying the club for its shirt. Azulgrana. Similar to Barcelona, the Blaugrana, San Lorenzo have a red and blue striped kit. However, Cyclone or Hurricane is their most dramatic nickname and also dates back to the early days of professional football here in Argentina. Journalist Hugo Marini from a big newspaper called Critica commented that the stadium just so happened to look like a cyclone. Those were Argentina's Big 5 clubs and all their nicknames. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll go to other parts of the country and look at other clubs. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. Wait! You didn't think the video was finished there, did you? We're loving the comments that you guys are leaving for AZZ for Export. Let's have a look at some of the best. So we've got at La Vida de Lenny. ¿Están contentos los hinchas del Student of the Silver and Little Witch with this video? I've got to be honest, I'm more partial to Gimnasia La Plata, but if we made the other English fella happy, then fair dues. And we've got here at Hardyvark, cuando dijo Nacional se le salió lo argentino de adentro. Lo único argentino que tengo de adentro es la de 86. Do you really think that if I was Argentinian, I'd be able to say things like Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United, Leicester City, Newcastle United? At Milano Uckerman, te dejo mi comentario. Guy, vi la nota que te hicieron en Inglaterra donde contabas que eras hincha de Southend y de Wimbledon como filial en Inglaterra de Boca. Bueno, como soy fan de este chiquito a jugar a juego como Football Manager en este último que salió, el FM24, decidí crearme una partida jugando con los Marines, o sea, el Southend United, come on Southend, del cual vos sos hincha. Y como el juego permite poner la cara de manager, puse una cara tuya, creo, en la cancha de Boca. Y bueno, sos el manager del equipo y puedo decirte que nos va muy bien, mejor que en la realidad. No, es una banda. We need to get him something. We should get him something signed, maybe something from my stuff from Southend or from AZZ. So top lad, send me a DM. And we've got here at Bruno Rodriguez 7551. He inglés el de Germán Beda, eh? Stop the hand. I'm only 22. Jesus Christ. At Dani Shanese 6. No hagan esto, que flashe que desperté en otro universo. Mira lo que. Compartan el paso. No. Nos fuimos al carajo. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Goodbye.